everybody, welcome back to the shop. In today's video, I'm reaching out to y'all and I'm asking for a little bit of help at solving a problem. This is my boy's tractor pull-in tractor. That's the 12-volt lead acid battery that basically starts it, works the lights and the horn on it. Folks, this is one of those things in life that blows your mind. I am completely baffled and boggled by what has happened here. This battery reversed the polarity. I came out to put the charger on this thing and try to get it to charge. As soon as I hooked the charger up, the charger told me that it was reverse polarity. That is the positive lead. The other one over there is the negative lead. I checked them. Negative goes to ground. Positive goes to the starter solenoid, which in all modern equipment, that's the way it is. So why does the battery charger keep telling me it's reverse polarity? I pulled this battery out of the tractor, brought it up here to the workbench, and sure as shoot, it's backwards. How did that happen? The mind boggles. I can't figure it out. I don't know, not only chemically, but in the physics of realm of the universe, how did this battery from positive go to negative? Now, this problem, I've reached out to all the old crusty, dusty guys that I always lean on for information when there's something I can't figure out, and all of them just give me a blank stare. They say basically they don't know. So at this point, I thought I would pass this problem along to the hive mind out there in that global community we call the interweb and see if anybody can explain to me what happened. Please share this video on any of the car forums that you're on, any of the car websites, tractors, trucks, heavy trucks, equipment, machinery, anybody that has anything to do with batteries, because I really want to know what happened. So rewind to a year ago. Stephen Cox and Justin from Good of the Land were here at the shop. They were riding around checking out my kids' pull-in tractor. They pulled it down in the barn. When we shut the tractor down, we put the cover over it. Fast forward almost a year, and we decide that we're going to take the kids and enter a couple of tractor pull competitions. I carry a battery charger down there because everybody knows that battery is probably going to either be no good or dead, so we'll go with try to see if it takes a charge. Plugged the battery charger in, hooked it up. When I hooked up the second lead to the battery, there was a spark, and I could hear the battery charger trip out. Unplugged the battery charger, let it reset, plugged it back in. Checked the leads on the battery to make sure I had it hooked up right. When I hooked up the second lead, big spark, battery charger trips out again. So, well, either the battery charger's bad, I'm blind and can't see that I'm hooking it up backwards, or something. So we tried the same process again with a different battery charger with the same result. I did have the red hooked up to the positive and the black hooked up to the negative because, you know, sometimes we just get colorblind all of a sudden and lose our mind. The result was the same with the second charger. I said, what in the world is possibly going on here? Took the voltmeter out and did a little probing. The battery, according to what is written on the top of the battery, has reverse polarity. Now, if you completely drain a lead acid battery, completely drain it, you can charge it backwards. You can charge it backwards. This battery has not been touched since Stephen Cox and Justin from Good of the Land pulled that tractor in and we put the cover over it. Now, I'm going to tell you, truthfully, the first thing that went through my mind is Justin from Good of the Land and especially Stephen Cox are known to be jokers. They like to play a lot of practical jokes when they come to your shop. I thought they were screwing with me. I thought they cut the top off an old battery somewhere, turned the battery around, put it backwards, and thought they would mess with my mind. I actually thought that. To the point that I gave Stephen a phone call and I said, Stephen, what's going on? And he had no idea what I was talking about. I'm fully convinced he's not just pulling the wool over my eyes. Once I pulled the battery out and looked at it, I can tell the battery has not been broken apart or cut open. So to prove my point to you, I've got 3 multimeters here. What I want to do is just do a couple of simple tests to show you my findings. Basically, all they're going to do is measure DC voltage. I want to show you that on all 3 meters, it does have a reverse polarity. Standing beside me here is one of my old-time favorite friends, been in the shop forever, older than I am. This is a Sun machine. This is a Sun carbon pile load tester. Go back and check generators and ignition point dwell and all kinds of crazy stuff that nobody ever uses anymore. Why I still have it, many people ask me. It's like an old friend, you just don't want to get rid of it. It still works really well. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to see if this battery, we put it under a carbon pile load test, will it hold the voltage and how much capacity is in the battery? Is this just a bunch of lipstick on a pig showing the voltage, or is there actually some capacity where the whole battery has reversed itself? First things first, make sure everybody knows this is my field piece meter. This is probably my trusted go-to meter that I use when I do a lot of diagnostic stuff because it checks capacitance and voltage, and it has a clamp on amp probe, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. This is not a El Cheapo meter. This is a pretty fancy meter. The negative post is right here. That's negative. Black goes to negative. Red goes to positive. And as you can see, it's showing that I have a negative 12.83 volts. Now we'll go to the the ultimate in Chinesium. This is the Craftsman Kmart Lowe's special. It's a little cheapy one. I think I got it for Christmas. Same thing as before. We'll go positive, negative. And on the camera, you see it shows negative 12.80. We'll take the positive and negative, and we will reverse them. So the negative now goes to the positive. Positive now goes to the negative. And 12.81 volts, no negative. So for a third meter, this is a fully Chinesium, one of the El Cheapo, clamp-on, inductive, does everything, nothing really good, but does a pretty good job. It's the one you leave in, your pickup truck so that you have a meter, but if it gets ripped off, you're not out a couple of $100 for one of your good meters. We'll do the same thing. Positive post, negative post. As we can see here in the meter, we have negative 12.76 volts. So to prove that the negative goes away, we'll put the black on the positive, the red on the negative, and you can see that it says 12.77 volts. If I wiggle these around, I'm sure we'll get a little bit of a fluctuation in voltage. I have no idea what we're going to find here, but the way it works, we'll hook the positive up there, hook the negative up here. One thing I need to do is grab a pair of safety glasses before I load test this. Stand by. All right, so my kids stole all my safety glasses, so it's not a real bad problem to have when your kids wear safety glasses like they're actually supposed to. So I had to go break out a brand new pair. But from experience, when you load test these batteries, bad things can happen, especially when you know something is going on backwards here. Now, one mistake I caught that I made, I hooked positive and negative up like they should be hooked up. So we got to go back and reverse that. We got to hook this up the wrong way so that the voltmeter reads the right way. Voltmeter's showing, I don't know, like 12.5 volts here on the machine. Put the amp probe on here, and the amp probe will let us know how much current is flowing through here. Let's put a little load on it. It's not even picking up an amount of current. I know that the carbon pile load test is working because the voltage is dropping down, but I'm not even seeing any current flow in either direction of any measurable amount. The interesting thing is the voltage is recovering very fast. So the voltage is coming back up maybe like 12.3 volts, something like that. However, the inductive amp probe isn't seeing that the carbon pile load test is taking any volume out of the battery. The mind boggles as to what would cause that. We can see the voltage drop. It's running down to about little less than 8 volts, maybe 7.5 volts with a full load on it. It is holding that voltage, and the voltage is now recovering back to 12.3 volts. Let's see what it actually measures out. Put it on auto range. Hook it up backwards like we know it needs. So it's saying right now 12.40 volts. 12.40. That's pretty interesting. Even at, you know what? Let's do this. Let's put a digital meter on it while we pull a load on it, and let's see how it reacts with the digital meter rather than analog meter. Okay, 12.37 volts. We'll go full load on it. 7.6, 7.5, 7.4, 7.3. Take the full load off it. We're right back to 12.2 volts. So the battery is recovering pretty quick, but it does not appear that the battery has any real volume in it. I don't really understand why. I mean, I don't understand chemically what's going on in the battery. We've proven that the polarities have reversed themselves. How? I don't know. We know that there's a battery voltage in this battery. We haven't been able to measure how much current draw, either by the fact that it doesn't have any real current to share with us, or the fact that my trusty old friend here is just about ready to give up the ghost. But what I'm asking you guys to do is, if you're a member of any kind of car forum, truck forum, battery forum, marine forum, anybody that deals in marine batteries, truck batteries, car batteries, tractor batteries, please share this video to the group of your folks. I would really like to know what makes this battery do what it did, because I've never seen it before. I've never seen it do it in any piece of equipment or machinery I've ever worked on. This is literally backwards. How did it get that way? Listen, everybody, I appreciate your kind comments down below, your little bits of fun and humor. Let's keep it clean, be respectful to each other. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you real soon.